Hey guys, it's me Jay. Like I promised, I'm going to be doing some how-to drawing videos for people who are hoping to get into the field of drawing female anatomy or erotic art like I am. I'm going to be drawing some breastises in this video and show you guys how I tend to draw them, and how I used to draw them, I guess. So I hope this will be able to help some of you guys. Okay, so the first thing you don't want to do, which is what I did when I started out, was to draw boobs that pretty much look like semicircles or C's. Like, they don't have any form of gravity at all, and then you kind of pretty much draw them like this. Like, it looks like a butt, kind of. Like, not even like a correct butt. There's another way to draw butts, and that's a whole different situation for a whole different video. Do you like that? My eraser is massive. So yeah, don't do this. And I know plenty of people who still do, and it's like, oh, we'll put the nipples right here. And it's like, that makes no sense. Like, anatomically, that makes no sense. So don't do that. If you're someone who enjoys using shapes while drawing your character, something that I don't do anymore, I know a lot of fine arts people do it, pretty much breast would be, or how I draw it, would be a kind of oblong teardrop shape. And you can edit it out, like edit it once you've drawn the shape and you're going to draw the waist. But it's pretty much a teardrop shape, and when I draw them, I even give them little shines like teardrops, but like for different reasons. So let me just erase this. So pretty much this would be one breast right here, and pretty much if you say we want to do this like as a 3/4 view, you get rid of that right there and add like a waist line right here, like that. And then you'd get rid of that right there, erase it out, and there's a boob right there. You can use a similar shape for a sideways, a side boob. It would still be kind of similar, except it would have like an indent right here. Though if you want, you can continue drawing this teardrop shape, and just later on when you're drawing the rest, just add this in here, because then when you draw this line, you're gonna draw however you want the tummy. I tend to draw my girls a little chubby, so she's gonna have like a little fat right there, and then you draw a leg. I don't want to draw too much, but pretty much it would be like this. Draw the back. Oh, that's actually a very turning into a kind of thin person. Okay. And I'll show you how I draw butts with shapes and whatnot in another video. So yeah, that would be a nice sideways view if you want. Notice how they're fairly similar in shape. I mean, this one's a little bit more, it's definitely more of the teardrop shape than the side view one will be. And then comes the difficult part, the other breast. You can go about this in different ways. Technically, if I wanted to, I can make this a forward view and just draw pretty much the belly line, belly button right here if I wanted to, and just draw another one in this area. But instead, I'm going to try to draw a 3/4 view for you. So I'll try to figure out a shape that I would say that I use for this, because I know there are some, like, see, this is already coming out too rounded, in my opinion. Guess it's okay. It depends on the chest size, but it is okay to let the breastises touch. You can just, if it's too close, you can just use the eraser. That's the benefit of an eraser. Because, let's face it, gravity is not a boob's friend at all. Pretty much, if you had your arms out there, you could pretty much have the body over here. this. They're getting awfully close. Let me just move this over. Pretty much, if you want to have this right here, you gotta make sure that the arm comes out rather than going inward, because then it just makes no sense. Oh, that is a very wonky arm. Hold on. I'm not teaching you how to draw arms, I'm teaching you how to draw breasts. We'll get rid of that because it's technically supposed to go that way. That's the direction that boobs go in. Okay, so that's pretty much how you draw them. I guess if you really wanted to, you can make this a circle. Just make sure to have that coming off over there. And your teardrop right here. And don't forget this. It makes it look much more realistic. And body lines that you need. And that is pretty much how you draw the actual breast itself. I don't know if I should spend some time on front views, as they tend to be the easiest. You'd pretty much just draw this guy twice, 2 times, and you should be good to go. But another thing that people tend to find to be difficult when drawing erotic art, not even erotic art, just any kind of nude drawing, would be the nipples. They were actually probably just as hard as the breast was for me. So it can really vary from person to person, and there's different ways to do it too. There's different kinds of nipples. So I'm gonna just get rid of the shapes that I have right now. I'm gonna just get rid of all these extra lines that I don't need right now, so that I can focus on that. So definitely draw the main breast first, also, of course. You can really put the nipple in a couple of places. It depends how heavy you want the chest to appear. I tend to give my girls, like I said, a little weight, so I tend to put the nipples towards the bottom end, so that, again, it gives it more weight, because it just makes more sense with the size. But I'm drawing this one really oblong for some weird reason. Erase. Whoops. It's not the best. Okay, there we go. Much better. That's such a thick line over here. So you start with this initial half circle-y shape for a nipple. I can draw the other one too if you want. Just more circles, lots of circles. Breasts are just a whole ton of circles and raindrops. So here, you have your basic nipple shape. So the question is, what kind of nipples does your character have? Are they inverted? Are they regular? Are they very puffy? It's totally up to you. I tend to draw inverted or very puffy because my characters tend to stay on the cuter side rather than the more serious side, if that makes any sense. Serious boobs. But for inverted, it's very simple. You guys have seen me do it before. It's just a simple little curvy line with another little curvy line. Sometimes it takes a few times, and then it's just like that. So yeah, and on here it would just be like more prominent. It'd be pretty much like this, and that tends to be like what Ushi has. Ushi has inverted nipples. And then here I'll show you the other type here. Again, I'm gonna, maybe this time I'll put it on towards the top because not everybody has giant. These breasts are fairly big, the ones I just drew, but erase it right there. I'm gonna get rid of this shape because it makes no sense. There you go. And instead of inverted, you can just draw a little too big. Well, you can make them big, you can make them small, actually. It's whatever you want, but it's just another little small, incomplete circle. Just erase the inside, and let me just add a little couple. I like to add a little bit of lining so you can tell where it is on the side breast, because sometimes it's a little hard to figure out. And there you go, that is like an erect nipple, and these are like inverted. Let me just change this one here for you, so you can see what this one would look from this angle if it was just a regular erect nipple. Again, very simple, incomplete circle, And pretty much, it's just bothering me how different these are. There we go. So make sure they're kind of close to like the same height here. I mean, I know this one's a little more further down, but it doesn't have to be exact. I can even move this up a little bit if I wanted to. There we go. And make sure that these circles are kind of the same size. I can even add a little lining here too if I want. And that's pretty much the shapes. Oops, sorry about that erasing. That would be the shapes that you'd get. And another thing that people tend to find to be really difficult is how you shade them. Starting down the volume again. I'm going to just change my opacity a little bit and try to color it in. So just give me a sec. Okay. Pretty much just gonna color it in, try to follow the same shape that you believe would be another pretty much half circle. And this one would be like a whole circle. Fairly simple. This part's kind of the easy part, I guess. The coloring in part. So when I color mine in or shade mine in, I tend to, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. For this angle, I tend to just do a nice swoop like this, color it in fully. I can even add a little bit at the top if I want right here, because that would also cause some shadowing. On this side, I would first, it's got a bit of a shaky hand, do half of the outer circle. And right now, because I'm on shading, I'm going to keep my tablet pressed onto the, keep the tablet pen on the tablet so that I don't overshadow. And then you just, oh, it kept too long. Okay. Let me try that again. Half circle in the first circle, and then you just add it like that because it's more round, so it'll get a shading coming from this, like it's coming from that direction. So that means that the sun is coming from that direction. I will use an eraser so it's more prominent. It would have lighting coming from that direction. Shine a little bit bigger. You can add shine, you don't have to add shine, it's totally up to you guys. I tend to add shine because it just gives a little bit more depth to the actual area. And I'll do this one now too. Yep, just simple half again. Again, if the light is coming from here, you go right up here with that. So that would be how to color in the nipples. That would be like solid, like cell shading. You can do it in a softer light if you want, like a softer shade. I tend to keep the softer shading for pretty much this part that I'm about to show you. As you guys know, I add plenty of shine to the breasts that I draw. So I tend to add it just a little bit up at the top. I also add some other shading towards the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to do it in this video because it would be a lot. Like, you pretty much do it right under here because, again, they're big. This would again vary from size. I just got one. It would vary from size. I'm not doing this very neatly, but they would have shadowing towards the bottom because, again, see where the arrows are pointing? You would have shading at the bottom, and it seems like that area did not get shaded. So now, again, similar to that, we're going to have shines pointing this way. Like that. I also add some to the shoulders too, but we're just focusing on the boobies. So here, you can make the shine any thickness that you really want. I know some people who do it even thinner than I'm doing it right now, so I'll just something similar to like the shine on the nipple, but I tend to like to keep my shines nice and poofy and cute. It tends to add a softness to it. Again, if you had a shoulder here, you'd add it on. Again, with the stomach, sometimes you can do it. But yeah, that's pretty much how I draw my breasts, how I draw nipples in certain ways. Color them in, shade them, add some shine to the breasts and shading to the bottom. Again, it would be very different if you had actual skin colors on, but it would be the same basic principle of have a shade darker for your shading. Have a more, it depends on your skin tone for the breasts. Like, I guess I will put that on here too, okay? So let's see, a usual color that I will use for someone who has fair skin would probably be like this, I guess. Let me see. Let me get my opacity up. That seems a little too dark, but I guess it's not the worst. And then for shading, I'd probably go to around this. And again, I can lighten it up a little bit more. Yeah. So with someone who has this kind of complexion, I would definitely go just towards the more red side, and I keep the same skin tone pretty much. I'll adjust it here and there, but I tend to have nipples that would be closer to this color. Again, this can vary from skin color to skin color. Like creatures, I've had to draw creatures before that have varying skin colors. So like I'll be drawing someone who's a furry and it would be very different. Okay. That's a little too dark. There we go. Something like that. Again, go towards pink. It might be a little too light. I'm gonna go for something even a little more pinker. Something like that would work. And if you even want to go darker, you can like that. Again, it varies for creatures with other skin tones, but I usually, when it comes to like furry creatures, if they have a two-toned fur pattern, like say their fur was like this green color, like their outer fur was this green color, and then they had inner fur, like chest fur, abdominal fur that's like this color, I tend to stay towards like a color like this. So that way you wouldn't have like a creamy color over a creamy color in the same place. But that's just how I do it. Again, it really depends on who you're drawing for. If you're drawing for yourself, it's totally up to you. You're gonna have someone with green nipples and have regular skin, it's totally up to you. But yeah, I hope that this helps you guys. Again, you don't have to do it this way. This is just the way that I do it. And I didn't always do it, so it does take some practice. But hey, if this helps, use it. Anyway, that's it. I will try to do a video on booties. I'm still working on how to draw booties, so it might not be the most perfect video, but yeah, hopefully it'll help you guys. Subscribe if you want more videos like this, or like the other videos I've done. Leave a comment, like, dislike, totally up to you. Even send links to how you guys do it if you have any videos of that. I'd love to check it out. But yeah, that's pretty much it.